How to use Agile not for tracking sprints but for managing feedback loops in AI projects. 1. Rethinking progress. We don't deliver on a clock, we deliver on learning. Forget the timer. In traditional Agile, time boxes rule, 2-week sprints, fixed velocity, predictable cadence. But in the world of AI, progress doesn't arrive neatly packaged every 10 business days. Here, the real milestone isn't a finished task. It's an insight. It's the moment you realize that the model is underperforming because the feature you thought was a gold mine is actually noise. Or that your accuracy went up, but only because it forgot to be fair. In AI projects, every meaningful advance happens when someone says, "That's interesting, let's dig deeper." So instead of measuring your teams in units of velocity, start measuring in cycles of discovery. Each loop isn't just a delivery, it's a step closer to the truth. 2. Design the board for exploration, not just execution. Look at your Jira board. Does it tell a story of curiosity? Of investigation? Or is it a sterile list of technical tasks marching toward deadlines? In AI, your board should feel like a research lab, not an assembly line. Imagine columns like these: hypothesis being formed, experiment set up, experiment running, results ready for review, insights synthesized, decision made or loop closed. Now, your board is no longer about done, it's about understanding. About learning loops that echo the scientific method, not manufacturing. 3. Stories that ask questions, not just assign work. In software, a story might read, as a user, I want a login screen so I can access my account. In AI, that's not how learning works. Try this instead. As a data scientist, I want to compare logistic regression and XGBoost to understand their trade-offs in predicting policy churn. As a business analyst, I want to explore if including claim type improves prediction without introducing bias. Each story is a question disguised as a task, a doorway into the unknown. The acceptance criteria? Not a feature deployed, but a hypothesis tested, risk uncovered, or insight validated. This is how Agile becomes scientific. 4. Replace retrospectives with loop reviews. Don't end the sprint with a demo. End it with a dialogue. Instead of, what went well, what didn't, what can we improve, ask, what did we learn that surprised us, what will we try differently because of this, what decision can we now make with more confidence. This isn't post-mortem. It's real-time course correction. In AI, reflection isn't a luxury, it's your competitive edge. 5. Tag the loops, not just the tickets. Your backlog isn't just a list. It's a living journal of where your team's attention is going. Use thematic labels. #bias analysis loop, #drift detection loop, #use case validation loop. When you zoom out, these tags help you see the patterns. Are we stuck on modeling because we rushed data prep? Are we revisiting fairness more often than we thought? Now your backlog is a diagnostic tool, not just a to-do list. 6. Loop closure requires dialogue, not just code merge. An experiment is only over when 3 voices speak. The data scientist says, here's what the model shows. The business owner says, here's what that means for our users. The risk officer says, here's what that implies for fairness and compliance. If any one of them is missing, the loop isn't closed. Because in AI, success isn't just whether the code runs. It's whether people trust it enough to use it. 7. Write it down, all of it. Each loop must leave behind more than a model artifact. It should leave a breadcrumb trail. What did we test? Why did we test it? What did we learn? What decision did we make? Who signed off? That's your loop journal. And one day, when an audit comes knocking, or a teammate needs to retrace your steps, it's the only map you'll have. Final note. In AI, velocity without learning is just drift. You can sprint as fast as you want. But if you're not learning the right lessons, you're just moving in circles. Agile doesn't die in AI projects. It just evolves, from shipping features to discovering truth. So next time someone asks how many story points you delivered this sprint, Try answering with this instead. 3 loops closed. 1 major risk surfaced. 1 critical insight gained. We're smarter now, and that's the real velocity.